Hi, this is Dan.
And Phil.
When we aren't dropping intellectually sound and irreverent jokes, we also try to pay the bills with our numerous professional skills.
Yes, Dan, we do indeed. If any of our listeners need any of the following services, they should email us at donate@twobroke.twimbos.com.
That's right. Maybe we should actually list some of those services.
That sounds like a good idea. We have brand management, content marketing, event hosting, social media management, and influencer marketing. If anyone needs help with online marketing solutions, they should get hold of us.
Let's give them that email again.
That's donate@twobroke.twimbos.com. Donate@twobroke.twimbos.com. That is DONATE@2broketwimbos.com.
Or if you're not going to email us, you can go to twobroke.twimbos.com/contact for a full rundown of our services. Anyway, let's now get on to the story. Thanks for listening.
We broke. We ain't got it. Broke. We ain't got it. Don't spend no money. Ain't got no clothes. Ain't got no cars. Ain't got no hoes. We broke. Ladies and gentlemen. You're now listening. 1, 2. Broke. We ain't got it.
Microphone check 1 2 1 2. Welcome to the brand new Two Broke Twimbos. It's our 3rd year anniversary. It was a cold, dreary evening in 2014. Few people could expect that Denny that guy, aka Denias, aka the only guy, aka your girlfriend probably pitied me, aka Dan Mo. When you look inside my wallet, it's more like Dan Less. And his companion, Phil.
That's right. Phil. A.K.A.
Pizza P.
A.K.A. Them lost the big boss, baby. A.K.A. Sexington Glover. A.K.A. Shamari Tingaro Drink. A.K.A. The Problematic Punts. A.K.A. DJ Mkarat was there with him. And we had a dream then. I had a dream. A dream where two men could come together and talk garbage for days upon days. This dream was bright. It was boring and dreary. But somehow, my brothers and sisters, it happened. And thus Two Broke Twimbos was born.
This reminds me of Trevor Noah's latest special.
Yeah,
on
I didn't find it that
Netflix.
funny. I didn't find it that funny.
Well, we're not the target market for Trevor Noah. But I read a very interesting article about, the criticism that Trevor Noah got was very much people who were comparing him to Jon Stewart. And whereas Jon Stewart had the reputation of being more insightful and going further in depth than Trevor Noah does, this person in his article seemed to come to the conclusion that, wait, maybe that's the problem. Maybe we were assuming that The Daily Show, which is supposed to be a very mainstream show, was this elite intellectual kind of show wherein it's probably more likely supposed to be just like, discussing issues at a relatively surface level for the masses to consume. In which case, Trevor Noah fits in perfectly. And when I looked at it that way, I was like, you know what? That's kind of right. It's the same with his comedy. He does come across as an intelligent person who's got wit and so on. But a lot of his comedy is very surface. For example, this latest special, he's all about, getting drunk and throwing up or Russian accents and stuff. Which is like, at best, it's like, you know what I mean? Anyway, the part I found funny is when Mandela was teaching Obama how to address, how to speak if you want to be the first black president. You're gonna have the husk.
Terrible.
And I realized.
That's a terrible.
Okay, help me then. How does it go?
I never
Mr.
said.
I know how to do a Mandela.
I was kind of half watching it, but when you do Nelson Mandela, you have to do it from the diaphragm. This is your problem, Danny. You don't
Yeah,
speak
that's actually a pretty good.
from the diaphragm.
It's actually a pretty good Mandela. Anyway, shout out to Trevor Noah, man. I can't even hate on his rise, bro. He's just like, even before, his comedy to me was like, there were some parts that I'd laugh, but the rest of it I was like, dude.
Oh yeah, listen. Let's never forget the moment where Trevor tried to make all of us call each other the K word. I will never forget that moment. Ever.
Oh, I remember that. Hey, man, sometimes you hit, sometimes you miss.
Yeah, no. No, but one thing we can't deny is Trevor's his work ethic right now is bananas. Speaking of people talking about his apartment, but if you look, if people stop and think about this, he's in season. So the Daily Show is 4 nights a week. So they probably shoot 3 to 4 nights, maybe 2 if they bunch everything together. But it's also a new show, so they got to be current. So you're shooting half of the week. He just wrote a book. So that means after work, he's writing the book. He's getting the editors to look over it. He's then going on a book tour. While on a book tour, he's simultaneously on a stand-up comedy tour.
Yep.
Fam.
Including going back to SA. He's also doing promo. He's also appearing on other people's shows. He was on, what's it called? Where he spoke very vocally. What was he? I'll have to check in. Anyway, he's like appearing on other people's shows. He's doing a lot. So shout out to him, man.
Yeah, shout out to him, man. And so funny. It's so funny watching those tweets. You know, children in South Africa don't have school fees, but Trevor Noah is buying a 10 million rand apartment.
What the hell? What?
And like these weren't isolated tweets. These were like people were
no
touched.
Ways.
People were
no ways.
angry. People were
what
really
are you
angry
mad?
that
Why?
dude bought a house. And in my mind, I'm like, but fam, you never elected Trevor to look after public interest. You know what I mean?
No, it's like it doesn't even get there. It's like what the hell? What's wrong with you? That he made money and he bought a house. Congratulations. You mean, why aren't you feeding the poor with the money you made? I don't know. I feel like when people obviously it's a natural reaction when you're frustrated with your own circumstances, you tend to resent those who have a different set of circumstances. It's very small thinking, but I think humans do that all the time. You get mad at the person who's made it, even if it could be that they didn't make it at your expense. But whatever. Anyway, it's goals. Watch, the 2 Broke Twimbos are going to graduate. Going to be
Welcome
neighbors
to
with
Psychology
Trevor.
with Danny That Guy. Today we analyze
study these
small-minded
things.
thinking. Oh, really, Dan? Do you study at all?
I study this stuff, man.
Really,
I know
Dan?
this stuff, man. I observe human behavior. Study it at an intimate level. I'm
You've never
well
been
aware
intimate
of
with
how
anyone in your life.
small-minded people think.
What are you saying?
Excuse you. They say the best lessons you can learn are from yourself.
Pause.
Anyway.
Never shaking your hand again.
So
Yeah.
what's been happening in Zim, man?
There's so much. I think before we even do that, I mean, first of all, we got to thank our listeners. We got to thank our fans for us getting this far, man. I mean, it's been a tumultuous 3 years. There's been highs, there's been lows. You know, Dan. Tough times, there's been good times. In fact, no, it's all been tough times. There's never really been any good times. It's just been, guys. Yeah, so, but funny enough, I keep coming across all these great messages from people that are discovering the podcast and giving us shout outs. So I think we're onto something here, you know? We just gotta find a way to cross over, you know, sell out, make that guap.
Here's the thing, and if ever we're late with an episode, there's always several people like, yo, what up? How far, man? I'm waiting. So, you know, we must be doing something right. Shout out to you.
Even though we're doing something wrong by not delivering our stuff on time, but yeah.
Yeah, well, you know, sometimes things don't work as well as you want them to work, especially when you're... No, we said we're going to speak positively, right? I was about to say when you're broke, but no, that's not what we're going to do. We're speaking things into existence. But yeah, I know Phil is right, man. Like, on a very serious tip, shout out to everyone who's listening and supporting. And, you know, there's people out there who actually click the subscribe button, who actually, you know, click like and follow. And I appreciate all of that, man. It makes this worthwhile. Otherwise, you know, we're doing nothing out here. Oh, by the way, I had 2 people came up to me to say, yo, what was up with you dissing 263, what's it called? Capital 263.
What did you say again?
I didn't say anything. It was Begotten Son. Remember, it was B-Son. when we were sitting.
Man.
And I was just like, no, the podcast culture is growing in Zim at least. You know, there's podcasts that are springing up everywhere, including Capital 263. And he was like, well, too bad. Anyway, that's not the point. The point is,
finish your story.
The point is, there were some people complaining, so I just want to put it on record that I haven't even heard a single podcast from Capital 263. So I can't say if it's good or bad. Okay. I have some ready waiting for me to listen. I just haven't had the chance to.
Why are you such a twat? Why are you this person? Why are you such a
I'm just being honest. So like there's the hip hop podcast. What's it called, man? I can't believe I'm spacing on these names. Yes, Keep It Real Fridays. So Celatine comes up to me, is like, Dan, what the hell, bruh? I'm like, no, fam, I haven't even heard your podcast, bruh. He's like, what? I listened to every single one. I was like, whoa, I will, I promise. Same with Cash Bid. He was, he was also a little bit aggressive in a playful manner, I thought, even though I had my finger on speed dial ready. But anyway, just as a matter of public record, I didn't say that there's any Zimbabwean podcasts that are whack. I don't know if Capital 263 is good or not because I haven't heard it yet. But I will definitely make time to listen to some of it. Shout out to Onai. He's had a dope idea and he's run through with it. Shout out to Nigel. Shout out to y'all, man.
Dope. That's good one.
Have you heard any of it?
I've listened to a couple of Keep It Real Fridays.
And?
I pressed play and audio was received.
And what were your thoughts? How was it?
They spoke and I understood what they were saying. They were very succinct. They were very concise. You know, they clearly thought of what they were saying before they said it, and they said it. Great.
Cool. But since you've listened to a couple of them, that means it was worth a second listen and a third listen. So that's good, I guess.
Indeed. No, that's not be shady. No, it's definitely it's a good concept. I think we definitely need a lot more people in the podcast culture to raise the culture, create that competition, and eventually that's going to bring the numbers in, it's going to bring the money in, and then it's going to start making sense. To be honest, sometimes it does get a little slow. You know what I'm saying? A little slow listening. But besides that, it's good. But listening back on our first few episodes, I mean, there were some moments we had as well. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, we had several. Yeah.
Just keep talking.
And it's a learning curve. Plus, I think at the same time also the beauty of a podcast is the personalities in them. So when you start off, you're very much worried about the technical aspects. I gotta sound dope. I gotta sound whatever. And it will take a while before, your personality comes out and then people start to know you and how you react to things. It's fine, man. Keep at it. Just, bring out your personality. As a veteran of 3 years in the podcasting game, I would say that you must listen to my advice. I haven't earned a cent from it, but that's not true. I mean, we've done a few things, Phil,
Oh, yeah. It's what we might term as a launch pad, a springboard, if you will, a base. We haven't directly earned from the podcast, but we've earned from having a podcast, if you get what I'm saying.
Yeah, well, anyway. So yeah, that's dope. That comes from listeners. But we gotta expand, man. We gotta expand.
That's right. No, definitely. I was thinking about it. What I do want to do. Funny enough, just yesterday, 2 people came across our YouTube channel and they were just leaving a string of comments on the YouTube. So I was just getting that all these notifications. And they're basically yo, this video content is dope. This stuff should be on TV. Why have you guys stopped doing this? And literally the problem is expenses. Back when I was rolling in dough, I could afford to put aside the cash required to dedicate to the filming and the editing and then getting guys to and from the location, etc. But eventually, we want to get back to that. So that lies with you guys, the fans. We need you guys to continue listening, continue sharing, donate if you can, and then we're gonna continue just raising the bar. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
I wonder what would happen if we did like a live show, you know, like two Broke Twimbos live, and we literally just sit down with mics on.
That's what I've been thinking as well, man. What? That's something we should definitely consider. But then it'll be like, look what you do with these guys. They're hopping on the live page. Dude, everyone is doing live nowadays. Jeez Louise. Everybody.
Yeah. Not in Zim.
Dude, everyone is on live in Zim. There's Mudiwa's show. There's Ruvi's show. There's the advocate. There's the pastor. There's the other pastor. There's the prophet.
It's different though, because they're doing talk shows. I'm saying if we did a live show, like a special, you know?
Yeah.
Like Trevor Noah live at the two Broke Twimbos live at the smallest venue we can possibly find.
Are you saying like an actual live venue where people come to the venue? You're saying doing a live venue, like stream it live?
Exactly. I'm talking about, no, not stream it live. People come to the venue. I'm talking about have a show and like fill up our lounge or something. You know what I mean? Okay. Maybe not now, but soon. Or
I
what
find
we could do.
I find it funny that you think more than 10 people will leave their homes to come see us.
They so would.
People like us when we are where they already are. So like if they see us where they are already, where they've already left, they're like, Fidza, Daddy, say. If I call dudes up, I'm like, yo guys, listen, we're gonna have a talk show. We're gonna spend an hour talking about nothing. You wanna come through? Maybe like put $2 at the door. I'll get laughed out the room.
Okay, how about we go where the people are? Let's say we have a live show in front of cabs.
In front of
Yeah,
cabs.
in front of cabs. Like in the morning. It was like, we have packed this street corner. As you can see, there's so many people here.
That's actually genius. Yo, not to make light of people struggling to get their cash, but yo, that's actually a great idea. Like, dude, if you wanna do like a street concert and you're not sure if people are gonna be there or not, literally all you have to do is just wait for month end, go to these banks, and you've got the numbers.
And I mean, you're doing them a favor because obviously they're not happy being in the queue. So any slight distraction, even if it's laughing at us, not with us, I mean, you know.
The best thing is a win-win because even if they hate what we're doing and they want to leave, they can't.
Nah, actually, they'd probably like, you know what? I'm going to get $50. Ain't worth it. This is not worth it. Nope.
Like, jeez,
I'll use EcoCash.
I want to go, but my place in this queue. I've been here since 3 a.m.
Yeah. Anyway, I know. A lot of artists listen to this podcast, so I just wanted to throw it out there. Because
definitely.
Two Broke Twimbos and Shoko Festival, they partner very much. So yeah, shout out to artists and Shoko Festival happening later on this year. They've opened up applications. I think the deadline is end of May. So start sending in your applications if you want to perform at Shoko Festival.
That's right.
It seems to be growing every month. And from my understanding, there's going to be some really dope time slots for application artists as well. So, hey, that could be you, struggle SoundCloud rapper.
Yeah. Funny enough, I just got an email from Maniac. It's like, I heard you guys talking about me in your last episode. These are some of my songs. Give them a listen, bruh.
Did he really do that?
He sent an email. I'm just thinking. It's a dramatic reading.
Okay.
I was like, yeah, it's cool. Actually, I like Maniac. He sent me a rework of his song Fireworks. It's very melodical. Like he's playing the piano and stuff. It's very R&B. Dope stuff, man. Shout out to these Zim artists doing the whole thing.
You know what? I've actually started hearing a lot more hip hop artists now because of the fix. Shout out to I was listening to Star FM the other day. Mox was on air.
Mm-hmm.
And he was hosting the Weekend Fix in place of Nikki or something like that.
Wait, what?
And he says,
he
was hosting something called the Weekend Fix. Yeah, but it's just a normal weekend show. So he's like, yo, this is Mox, man. It's on the Weekend Fix. Not to be confused with the Fix. Big shout out to Lady K and PD the Ghost. I was like, damn, that doesn't happen. That never happens. You don't shout out another radio station's presenters on. It just doesn't happen in Zim. You know what I mean? So I was like, damn, that kind of shows the buzz the fixes got going.
Well, it just shows that
I have one or two
Mox is
issues with it.
small-minded.
No, it's not a presenter thing because I used to do it all the time until we were told that. You know, like I'd just be like, yo, I heard this song on Star FM the other day, and I was like, damn, we need to get it. And then I'd be sat down like, yo, you can't do that. I'm like, what? I did. That's where I heard it. But anyway, no, I guess it kind of shows that they're causing a little bit of a buzz. The issue that I have with it is that it's on Friday night, and I don't think that type of show should be a Friday night. But anyway, still, I mean, I'm mad excited about hip hop and Zim, man. Just watch, it's about to blow up. No, I was saying there was someone who was telling us that there's a bunch of hip hop artists that we don't know. These are kids. They're probably like in their late teens or maybe early 20s. And we don't really know about them because they don't get radio play. They're not really featured anywhere. But all the school kids and all the like young hip hop heads all know them. And they stay having shows and venues around the city in Harare mainly, I guess. And and they're like a bunch and it's always like filled up, and there's this whole really vibrant underground hip hop culture among the young. And I'm talking about people who would listen to stuff like Bryson Tiller and, you know, which, I mean, for us, when we think hip hop, we're thinking T.I. and Ludacris and Jay-Z and Nas and going even further back. But then the kids, for them, hip hop is Lil Yachty and Lil Uzi Vert and whatever. So they have their group of artists that they listen to like that, and we just don't know about them. And bit by bit, they're coming up. There's this new kid, Bev City. He sounds almost exactly like Bryson Tiller, except he's singing in Shona. Raba. That's how the song goes.
Say what now?
Kunge grade 1, dinofamba ne raba. He's basically bemoaning the fact that I think that the girl is pregnant, but he was like, but wasn't I wearing a rubber? Or something like that. I don't know.
So it's basically...
But it's kind of catchy.
I pulled out what's going on types.
Yeah, but I heard it and I was like, what is this trash? But like 3 listens later, I was just like, damn, this is okay. All right.
Yeah. Even...
rubber.
I get a substantial amount of songs from the youth them. Like these young Zimbabweans. It's not really to my ear, you know, if I'm being quite frank and honest. But I can definitely see these guys building a following and an audience. You know what I'm saying? So, more power to them. More power to them.
I'm not feeling much of this music either. But it's not about me, man.
I think
I'm just a conduit.
We've got to come to the realization that we're old and washed. And some of the stuff ain't for us anymore, my guy.
We're now, what is this dog nabbit noise? Exactly. This newfangled electro gibber jabber.
That's literally what we've become. So I've come to terms with it.
Get off my porch. No, but like I'm recognizing some stuff. I'm going to use this guy as an example because he's the only one that I know of these new school Zim youngster rappers. Bev City. It's spelled Beav. Well, not the only one I know, but the only one that I have like I've actually been actively listening to. That's what I thought, but apparently he says Bev City. It is beef, but it's pronounced Bev. It's like it's not talc money. Anyway, his other song is called Tonderai. I swear it's I don't hear Bryson Tiller. But anyway,
that's cool. The other problem I have with these kids, though. They're just replicating sounds. They're not crafting their own sounds, which is understandable because, like, in the early stages, what you're going to do, you're going to take stuff that you already listen to and like, and then you're going to put your spin on it. Then eventually you're going to start developing your own unique sound. But it's going to take some time. But a lot of these guys, like, I'll listen to their stuff. I'm like, dude, this is a straight jack of Future. This is a straight jack of Migos. I'm not going to give you the time of day.
So shout out to these kids, man. Shout out to The Fix. I listen to it every Friday. They got the ciphers going. Man, did you hear Munetsi on that cipher? Bananas. My dude was doing entire university theses over a beat. Man, it was crazy. And surprisingly enough, T. Gons came in with his one-liners, which were kind of funny. I mean, they don't compete on a strictly hip-hop head level, but like he held it down. Anyway, I'm very excited about that.
I missed it.
Watch hip-hop. It wasn't this Friday. It was a couple of Fridays ago.
I think Munetsi was on this Friday, wasn't he?
No. Munetsi was 2 Fridays ago.
Okay,
and last Friday was Outspoken.
Oh, yes.
Ooh. Now I mean, I've heard him cypher before, and I thought he was dope. But hey, he had a couple of dope lines, but he just kept on saying, still represent, like every bar.
Well,
And then, some other rapper, I can't even remember his name. Yeah. Some other rapper was like, anyway, the fix is fire. I'm very excited about it. Watch Zim Hip Hop to the world in like 10 years or something.
Yeah,
But it starts now.
The problem with Zim is that we just don't have the numbers. That's the major problem with Zim. We don't have the numbers, we don't have the money. And it's holding us back.
Yeah.
It really is. It really is. But yeah, we should work on that. In other news, Dan, what's going on, man? What's going on in your life? How are you doing? Are you well?
I'm well. Not too much going on, man. Just head down on my grind, trying to do a lot of work, trying to get some money. What is it that we could put a bit of a focus on?
You really are grasping for content right now. We need to edit this out.
We do, but I was actually reading.
What's hot in the news right now? Obviously, Wizkid finally made that Sony deal official, which was good because a lot of people were wondering why it took them so long to make the official announcement, considering he'd already released a song via RCA. But we now know Wizkid is officially on RCA Sony. Good to him.
Do we have any idea of the monies involved?
We never really do, eh? We never really do. Allegedly, Davido got $1 million. So I'm pretty sure Wizkid could have pushed for a higher advance than that.
A while back, while it was still rumors, I heard that it was a $4 million deal, which is the highest an African has ever got from a record label.
Dude, for a $4 million advance. Dude, like American, right now I'm trying to think like who in America can command a $4 million advance besides Chance the Rapper? Like, dude, that's huge. So yeah, we'll see, man.
It is huge, but I mean, it was just rumors anyway. It wasn't confirmed.
Yeah.
And the article took painstaking efforts to say that. Listen, this is just rumors.
Yeah.
But if it's true, then it's the biggest an African has ever got.
I know.
Which at first I was excited about. Yeah, I mean, it's huge, but then I read about what the biggest deals have been, and man, there's some big deals out there.
Yeah, but big deals aren't being signed now anyway. Like now, you're not getting those type of deals unless you do a deal with Live Nation. You're not gonna get those type of deals, and you're gonna have to have the numbers. And to be honest, if we look at Wizkid, in the grand scheme of things, Wizkid is not that big of an act yet. And you can gauge it like a mid-tier act, right? In America, they gauge a mid-tier act by someone who can do 20 to 30 cities and do 300 to 500 people a night. Do you think Wizkid can do 300 to 500 people a night in 50 cities overseas? Because that's where...
I don't know, man.
That's where Sony's going to get their money back. Sony's not going to get their money in Africa. The African music industry is only worth about $200 million US, which compared to everything else is peanuts. The American music industry is worth about $5 billion. So we're dropping the ocean. They're gonna get their money back in the first world. So they all the stuff that they're doing right now, they're thinking, how are we gonna sell him in the first world, not in Africa? Because in Africa, even if you're selling him, you're not really selling anything because people don't buy here. You know what I'm saying? So
I don't like. Okay, it. The world seems to have this weird obsession with African music right now.
They always have.
Like right now, it's just so pronounced. There's a bunch of Afrobeats shows that are just popping up on urban radio stations around the globe and stuff. And like the other day, a friend of mine was listening to BBC. I think it was One Extra. It was normal playlisting and it was the usual British music. But this person said, yo, like for a second I had to double check if I wasn't tuned in to like a Zimbabwean radio station or something, because I swear I just kept on hearing Afro beats. I was like, okay, all right. And truthfully, like even when I go through the playlists, I go through Capital One Extras playlist and was it Capital Extra, sorry, and BBC One Extras playlist. There's a lot of Afro beats on there. So I don't know. Maybe I think I agree with you right now. He's not yet big enough, but he's well positioned. We'll see how it goes.
Because one thing that we definitely do know about the music industry is the thing that they love the most is new stuff. Something that's new and different, and something that they can sell. And now African music is at a point where it can be sold. So that's what they're going to push. So shout out to Wizkid. You know, he's doing his thing. Shout out to Davido. Davido's been on the grind, man. Like I was doing the numbers in the last 3 months. Dude has been on over 15 songs. So he's doing.
Which is funny because he's not as visible right now as some of these other artists. But anyway. Did you hear about
that song that they did with the? I forget the name of that song now. The DMW song that they did, the wedding song. That song is huge.
Which one?
I'll get the name. They did a song that's basically it's basically angled like a wedding song. Even in the video, it's a wedding. It is huge.
Huge. So bringing it back home, right here to Zimbabwe. So 10 Diamonds on tour.
Mm-hmm.
Congratulations and all that. I heard the show that he had here in Harare at Stars was like, it was cool, but it wasn't packed or anything like that. However, apparently he had a really good show in Kadoma, I think. And the news article that came out from there was that he had a gun pulled on him. Did you read that?
How did I miss
he had
this?
A gun.
When was this?
It's in, I think it's in the Newsday today. I don't know, one of the newspapers.
Oh yeah,
one of the reporters was out there.
I've been so busy, man. A gun.
So yeah, so I mean, he was on tour obviously with the squad with Tag, Zamar Brown, Taiwanda Tai, and he had a local rapper whose name I know, but it's just escaped my Sinbad 90. Yeah.
Oh, where?
Yeah, so they were there. Apparently it was a good show. There was good numbers. Everyone was having a great time. Then afterwards, he's like doing selfies with fans and whatever in the VVIP section. And there's some drunk dude who's trying to get in, and the security is not letting him in. So at some point, he pulls out a gun, and he's a bit threatening with it, and then he slinks out with security after him. So just the way it was reported, I swear it felt like I was reading about, I don't know, freaking Gucci Mane in the middle of New York or something. I was like, damn, okay, cool. This is, I mean, obviously it's not cool, but I mean, you know, it's a news story.
But yeah, the weird thing is, in America, it's usually the criminals that pull out guns. In Zimbabwe, it's more likely to be the people that are charged with protecting us that tend to pull out guns in clubs.
Yeah, man, I found it such a weird story, and yeah, I think I'll have to find out from 10 like exactly what went down. But yeah, apparently this is what's going on out here.
This is what's your country, man. It's gone to the dogs. I mean, this is why your president doesn't want to stay, because he's like, Jack, I don't want these gun-toting fools messing up my vibe. Dude, the president literally just landed, dropped off groceries, was like, bah, off to Ghana.
To Ghana. I think it's their independence.
60th it was their 60th birthday party. It was like, you're only 60. Hey, let me tell you something. I was I was 33 years old when you guys were born.
Anyway, hey, look, like the weather. It's so warm and stuff.
Yeah.
I'm not seeing there's journalists out here who are being arrested.
They are being arrested for false medical claims. Not making any claims. Dude, it was a fact. He was on a plane. He came back from his I think it was a retreat of some sort. He came back from Asia, after doing whatever he was doing in Asia. I'm not saying anything. And he was here for a few minutes. He just showered and changed, and it was like, okay, I'm off. He just caught a quick shower and changed. It's like, I'm heading back out. It's literally like, like when you come home from work, but you want to go out. So it's like Friday, late day, you know what I mean? You just get into the house, literally just warm up some supper, catch a quick shower, change, and you out to the club. That's what's going on right now. So yeah.
In unrelated news, I saw someone post on Twitter, I'm like a bird. I
only
wanna
fly
away.
Yeah, shout out to that photographer. I saw that tweet. I'm not gonna give him free publicity. He needs to pay. He must pay.
Yeah. Man, we got people pulling out guns at Zimbabwean rap shows. I know I sound excited. I'm not. I'm very.
You
I'm
really
very
do sound
disappointed.
excited. You sound geeked out right now.
I don't.
You sound like
don't know how
you sound
to- I
like
don't-
you see these opportunities. Like, oh my god, I can finally do a documentary. I can see you now. It was a fateful night.
Oh, I didn't tell you, Philip. Okay. So, when I was growing up, one of my favorite things to do, because I didn't have nice things, was to watch documentaries, like the David Attenborough types. Even here we see the wildebeest as it moves toward the watering hole. Little does it know that crocodiles lurk in the shallows. Man, that was everything to me, man. Them Londolozi type items, National Geographic, whatever. Anyway,
Sad man.
I got called in to do one of them. I did a documentary I did the voiceover for a documentary about wild dogs.
Word?
I'm so excited.
For
You have
who?
no idea. It was like almost a 2-hour long item. There's this group of guys in Zim who shoot this stuff and then they sell it to like National Geographic and stuff like that. So it was about a group of wild dogs.
Is that the voice you used?
The Pungwe clan. Fam, I channeled my inner David Attenborough. It was...
So the only reason they got a Zimbabwean to voice it was negated by the fact that you had a fake British accent?
No, I didn't have a fake British accent. I just spoke similarly to him.
Mm.
Here
Did
we
you have-
see the British wild dog as it moves towards the watering hole. What did I say?
Something about a wild dog moving towards your hole.
Anyway, here we see the African painted dog. Some know it as the wild dog. Blah, blah. It was amazing, man. It was like a dream come true. I was in there taking water breaks, and they were just like, man, well, you're really approaching this with gusto. I was like, you got no idea how long I've been waiting to do this. Anyway, I don't think it's ready yet, but I can't wait to see it. The moment I get it out, I'm putting it out there. People got to see this. That's my voice. I will be so hurt if they scratch me in post-production, like, yeah, we need another voice.
That
Which is
would
very
actually
likely
be hilarious.
considering how excited I was at all times.
That would actually be
The puppy has died. It's like, Dan, stop sounding so excited. The pup has died. Dan, we need you to sound sad. I can't, man. I'm so happy. Man, it was so great. So excited.
Here we see the rodent ripped to shreds by the hawk, flying away. Oh.
That's so dope. Anyway,
Funny
then I
enough,
was also on a TV
this-
ad. But
Oh yeah, the TV ad was hilarious. The TV ad was hilarious. I saw that. So I was back in. Oh gosh, it was around the time of the trade fair. So dudes are watching News Hour. I'm doing my thing. I was like, yo, the dad. Somebody hits pause on the PVR and they call me over. They're like, yo, is that your boy? And there's Dan. So Dan doing voiceovers in an ad. I'm used to that. The funny bit is the CGI. So I don't know what direction they were giving Dan when he was shooting this. But basically, Dan is projecting a globe and a laptop from the palms of his hands, like he's Iron Man. But it's really janky. So Dan is doing those generic motions and throwing stuff around and you guys need, is that on YouTube? Is it on YouTube? It really needs to be on YouTube.
it is on YouTube.
Oh
yeah.
yes. We need to put a link to
It'll-
it in the podcast episode.
I don't understand what it was brilliant. I was quite proud of that, to be honest.
So yeah, Dan's doing big things. He's doing big things. It's good stuff.
Yeah, we do what we can, you know. We do what we can. Yeah. But that was anyway, let me not complain about it in a public forum.
Yeah. What I will say is someone actually got hold of me. last week, a listener from the London, I'll have you know, and she was like, "Yeah, I caught up on all the episodes, and this is how she speaks, by the way. I caught up on all the episodes, and they were lovely. And Dan, he's truly a talent, that young man. He really is. He really is so talented. Why isn't he on TV? Why isn't he doing more with his skills?" I was like, "That's a good question." Because when I tried to tell Dan this, he was like, "No, I didn't want you."
I don't want the public eye, man. Jeez, what do you want me to tell you?
But you're in the public
I want to
ear?
be the guy behind the scenes. You said TV. Yes, I want to be in the public ear. Yeah, I don't mind because I can, Anyway,
All up in the
Phil,
ear
you
hole.
know this about me. I'm a shy guy.
Yeah, sure.
Diana King sang about me.
You know the lyrics of that song, right? You don't like,
That she doesn't want a shy guy.
it's not, yeah, do you know why she doesn't want a shy guy? Because she's a freak
What?
and she has sexual needs
Well,
that need to be satisfied.
which is why she doesn't need me. So, look, anyway, I mean, I'm open to all sorts of things, but not just TV for the sake of TV. There has to be a strategy behind it. I don't know. I'll think about it. But like TV ads and stuff. I mean, I was with this whole ad, the way it was done, and the financial compensation overallly, was disappointing a little bit. But it's cool. It's whatever. It's,
Look at Dan,
the
just
small
killing his
things.
chances of getting any future work.
No, I mean, obviously, yeah, I still did it, and I did it as professionally as I can because I'm a professional. I'm a professional. I do things professionally. But yeah.
Funny enough, guess how I came across that ad? But I'm in a WhatsApp group, some random WhatsApp group, and some dude, I think he was one who worked with you on the ad. He was so proud when you posted it on your IG page. He was like, "Oh my God, this is the stuff we're working on. This is what we're doing. You see, we're doing big things. Look at that graphics. And we're working with Denny, that guy." Okay.
Well, okay, to be fair, Phil, I mean, we're not exactly madmen up in here, but
Okay, Don.
in comparison to previous ZITF adverts, look, I mean, it's night and day, really. It really is, and it strides in the right direction. So in that regard, yeah, shout ups to them.
Okay. I just pulled up the Diana King lyrics because I thought they were very pertinent to you. This is everywhere me go, the man they a rush me. Yes, I old heap, a pretty boy, waffy love me. I meet them love, yes, I meet them love. True them know, me sweet and me sexy. Everywhere me go, me say me ever ready. I made them love me, I made them love. But I don't want somebody who's loving everybody. I need a shy guy. He's the kind of guy who'll only be mine.
If there's any people of Caribbean descent listening, I apologize.
What you say
Very,
now?
very
My
sorry.
Caribbean accent is on point. Don't hate on my accent now. I've been working on these accents for many a year, Danny. What you say now? Hear me now.
Oh, God.
I, pro-
You know?
I should probably do like a whole episode like this now. But I tell you what now, this accent is more believable than the Jamaican accents of a dancehall artists. What say you now, man? I'll never forget the day Beanie Man came to Zim. I won't say who, but certain individuals were speaking to him.
He was so confused. He was so
speaking to him.
confused. Like, what are you saying?
Certain people were speaking to him in the Jamaican patois of Harare, Mbare, Ziware, Sekwa, and the other surrounding catchment areas. And like they were like really like, "I am an Albini, me not go there, me not blah, 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 blah." And they're mouthing off. Beanie's just looking at the dude like, and he just looks at him.
What
and
are
he's
you
like,
saying?
he said, okay, he doesn't use such clean language because he cursed out, but it's basically like, "Me not know what you just said." Like, what the hell are you guys talking about? Musafurana, Musafurana.
Shame. But anyway, there's a new dancehall song out by Just Signal. It's called Yekedero.
Mm-hmm.
It's so fire.
I-
Anyway, that got me thinking that it looks like Zimbabweans are owning. Do you know what I mean? It's now our own thing.
But
I suppose it always
what I'm
was,
saying.
but
But that's what I'm saying. Like in the beginning, you copy, and then you slowly but surely you start finding your own voice. You start infusing your own style, till eventually it's your own thing. It's like when you go to East Africa, East African dancehall. It's huge out there, but it's got a lot of similar elements to Zim dancehall, but like the way they speak is totally unique to them because they're speaking in Sheng and Swahili, and it's dope.
and a Red Sun and who else? Okay, Red Sun's the only one I can think of.
I was just gonna leave you to
But
dig a
anyway,
hole
yeah.
because you felt the need to interrupt me when I was talking and throw.
No, because I came across. I think he's from Kenya. Anyway, I came across his stuff, and I was just very excited about it. Anyway,
Yeah, I'll use it.
we got to kind of wrap this one up. Being kicked out of here.
Mm-hmm.
I think just to reiterate, everybody, we're 3 years old, still going strong. As
Solid
much as I want to
foods.
strangle Phil, mostly. But
Please keep your sexual
we are here, man,
fantasies private.
and we've yeah.
Mm.
That's what's going on right now, man. It's two Broke Twimbos, and it's still firing. One day, with your help, it'll be two slightly below the poverty line Twimbos. We just keep hustling. We'll be good.
Yeah, we keep pushing, man. We gotta keep pushing. No, but on a serious note, thank you guys so much that support and listen. We really appreciate those that listen and reach out. You're the best. Like, we don't like quiet listeners. You know what I'm saying?
No, we like you. We just prefer if you would.
Yeah. I think what we will want to do is like we just need to gauge like what the threshold is. But I think it'll be good to start implementing like ask the Twimbos or like a fan feedback section. You know, like where every episode we read out emails or messages. You know what I'm saying? Or questions. You know, like
Real ones.
like an agony aunt type situation. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but saw yourself out there, Phil. Anyway,
What's this?
yeah.
Oh, sorry guys. That's an inside joke. Yeah. I hadn't even funded that one.
Just to update everyone on the progress, because some people asked about a certain girl from the Unplugged episode. I've got a number now, and we are in communication.
Oh, okay. So you're back on your hood-hiding ways?
By that I mean she replied to my message, and that's about it. But
so basically, it was like
I'll keep you posted.
Yours was a 20 line, like, "Hey, how are you doing? I miss you so much. You're amazing. I can't believe it.
No,
I've been thinking about you ever since
I don't do that.
And then she was just like, "Hi." ...
No. See, now my only problem right now is I got to figure out how many follow-up messages, like, hey, did you see my message? I should send before it becomes,
So you got to manage it like a CRM. Like a CRM software. That's what I do, like with business emails. Like you send a business email and then you set a reminder for like 3 business days later just to say like, hey, just, bumping in. And then a week later after that, like, hey, just, and then 2 weeks later,
like, I don't know if you saw my, exactly.
And then maybe you call like, hey, oh, you're not in? Oh, sorry. Okay, cool. I'll call later. And then you pitch up at the office, then you hear, no, they've been evicted. And then that's that. Yeah.
Pretty much what's going on.
Okay.
All right, listen, we out of here. Stand by, 2 Broke Twimbos, on to greater things. We should be having quite a big episode next. But yeah, watch this space. Ooh, I also wanted to say, I officially have a very big crush on Vanessa Mdee.
Oh, yeah.
She's great. I had a radio interview with her, very brief, and it was fraught with technical difficulties, but still, she's just amazing, man. I love her.
Oh, she's dope. Funny enough, I don't know what happens, but there was that time when I went to the African music concert with Tags. It was like a year and a half ago now, 2 years ago maybe. How many years ago was it? Yeah, back then. No, it was a year. Oh, it was a year ago actually. Yeah, when I went to the African music concert with Tags, the hotel we were staying in, literally like the next room was Vanessa Mdee. And then the room after that was Victoria Kamani. Then the room after that was DJ Spinall. And then the room after that was Runtown. So the day we were checking out, they were all by the pool. And then like we're all talking. She's, first of all, she's gorgeous, stunning. But she's literally up to my waist.
Really?
She is minute. And then
the camera really.
yeah, the camera
really,
adds 10 pounds and 10 inches, that's for sure.
Then again, KO is pretty minute himself. So.
Oh, yeah. No, he's a South African guy. All South African guys are short. But the weird thing is, the next time I flew into SA, at immigration, to my right, Vanessa MD. Then in Sandton,
almost like you're stalking there.
It really is. It's almost like I'm monitoring her flight patterns and booking the same flight and time, just so we can have these. Just so we can have those quote unquote happenstance run-ins.
Oh, it's you again.
Oh, what a coincidence!
Who would have guessed?
Yo, dude,
you were traveling to Kenya.
You remember?
How did you know I was traveling to Kenya?
Do you remember Snapchat on 263 Connect like 6 months ago or something like that? There was that football wife, or she was basically like the baby mama to a lot of football players, and just giving people tips on how to find a blesser. How did you miss this?
No.
It was like one of the biggest days, and like everyone was talking about it because she was like, one thing she was dope, she was real. So she was basically telling a life story. Like she left Zim when she was like 18. She got pregnant with a Zim guy. They broke up. Then she found another baby daddy who happened to make money. And she's got another baby daddy who makes money, and she's got an amazing house. She's got these nice cars, and just giving tips like, okay, guys, listen, let me break it down. Like, if you want to bless her, you've got to make sure you quote unquote randomly run into them. So you've got to follow this dude. You've got to find out his schedule. Start going to the same coffee shop as him. Start going to the same gym as him. Bump into him like at the tennis court or whatever, and then you start building it up from there. So I'm taking my tips from her. So that's what I'm going to do with Vanessa. You know, I'm just gonna. You're like, oh my gosh, you're shooting a music video here? What a coincidence. I just happened to be picking up some paper at the studio. Nice to meet you.
Which one's your hotel room number? No, don't worry. Don't tell me. I know where it is.
Oh, what a coincidence. You are in 615. I am in 614. What? This is crazy.
Yeah. All right, no, seriously, I've been saying goodbye for a while. I'm going to get murdered here. Okay, we got to go. Two Broke Twimbos across everything.
Guys. Yeah, guys, and please, once again, thank you so much. We really appreciate. We love you guys. You guys are like our family, you know, and we really appreciate you, and we love the support you give us every week. Okay, like, oh my god, we love you. Oh my god, thank you so much. And follow us everywhere. It's Broke Twimbos. Don't forget to respond to us. And guys, please, like, if you have any questions, like regarding your personal issues or just any advice you need from us, just like hit us up on Twitter or Facebook or email us at donate@twobroke.twimbos.com, and we'll get back to you because we really want to interact with you guys on a more personal level. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know, Dan.
Did you say level?
No, I said level.
You said level.
I said level. Yeah, because I'm.
You said level.
Yeah.
Now, what the listeners do not know is this is Phil's real voice. This is how he always speaks and why he can never close the big deals like Donald Trump.
That's right. That's right. So I just want to say thank you guys for really listening, and please get in touch, and we'll get you guys next week. I don't know, Dan, is there anything else you want to add?
No, I think that's pretty much it.
Okay. Oh my god.
Next week. So on the social medias, everything. Danny, that guy, Phil Chowdhury, signing out.